Good morning on day 114 from just outside the Old Faithful Visitor Center. We camped a little bit outside of the Old Faithful Village last night, and just about ready to get back on trail. Had some coffee, had too much coffee, and it's really wet and cold and kind of gross today. All of our stuff is soaked, the tent is soaked, but I am excited to get out of Yellowstone. I think we're 15 miles or so. Hopefully see a few more geysers on our way out. Hopefully not get super wet and get out of the park. All right, OT and I are suited up in fashion statements of the season. Go take on this rain. Idaho! Made it to another state. Well, that marks the end of my adventures in Wyoming, which feels pretty good. That state, compared to the never-ending Colorado, felt pretty short and sweet. Also, that pretty much marks the edge of Yellowstone. I can't tell whether we actually have a little bit further, but we're pretty much out of Yellowstone. And no bison sightings or bear sightings. I'm disappointed by the bison, not by the bear. Totally fine with that. But I am a little surprised that I didn't see any bison in Yellowstone. But you never know. Anyway, one more state down. Good morning on day 115. It is chilly this morning. I don't think it quite got to freezing last night, but it was close. I'm judging that mainly by how it felt sleeping and that I can't feel my fingers. No, you just kind of can tell after a while, and I'd be surprised if that wasn't at least close to freezing. So it feels too early for it to start getting that cold. We've had several weeks where it's really been pretty warm. So a little bit of a surprise there. Slow your roll through, hikers. Only 45 miles an hour. Also, welcome to Montana. Less than 24 hours in Idaho. Got that one down pretty quickly. Well, that was a very short-lived stint in Idaho. I think I've mentioned that typically the CDT would follow along the border of Idaho and Montana, so you'd kind of be hopping in between the two. But because of the alternates that I plan to take, mostly to avoid the fires that are all along in that area, that is probably all I'm going to see of Idaho. So, little bizarre to cover a state in less than a day, but I'll take it. Past a lot of rocks like this. This is obviously a very volcanic area, and this kind of shiny black rock. I'm not positive it's obsidian, but that's what it makes me think of, and kind of mixed in with some other stuff. It's kind of neat. So I'm on a snowmobile trail system right now, hence the speed limit signs. And we actually decided to take one of the trails that'll take us right into West Yellowstone, potentially by the end of the day. If we do about a 27-mile day, we'll be in West Yellowstone tonight. I don't know if we'll do that or not, or if we'll just camp right outside of town and then go in, which is one of the ways that I typically prefer to do town, but we'll see where the day takes us. Ants are kind of amazing. Happily, it is sunny today after a pretty wet day yesterday. So we're just trying some stuff out over lunch here. And mostly actually because of condensation. It really didn't rain that much last night, but a lot of condensation. But I think I found the best sitting tree that I've found on this whole trail. It reclines. The lazy boy of trees. Goodbye, Mr. or Mrs. Porcupine. I'm in Montana. I'm still letting that soak in, that I walked to Montana. OT, how's it feel knowing you walked from Mexico to Montana? Not paying attention. OT, how's it make you feel to know you walked from Mexico to Montana?
Makes me tired.
It makes him tired. Well, we made it to West Yellowstone a little earlier than we had anticipated. I think we did 28 miles or something before dinner time. So since we made it by dinner time, we went in town and got some dinner. And since West Yellowstone is very expensive, we've actually just headed back out of town a bit and found a little spot to set up for the night. And OT just said he's having the best part of his day. OT, what's the highlight of your day?
Cherry Garcia.
There you go. Perfect.
Poor old timer. He don't get enough ice cream.
Good morning on day 116. We are headed right back into town for my favorite town meal, breakfast. Well, it is now afternoon. Breakfast was delicious, as were all the other snacks and things I had throughout the day. Did all the chores, showered, laundered, charged, edited, because that's one of mine. And now I am on the road. Here begins my version of the Big Sky alternate, which will be a mixture of roads and trails. It'll take me to Big Sky. Most likely I'll stop in Big Sky and then get to another town called Ennis. Will be a choose my own adventure. Hence, thus is the way of the CDT. I'd like to see it. And that's part of why I'm not walking the trails west of here. Be an even smokier world. Good morning on day 117. Finished that road walk yesterday. Probably went 10 or 11 miles outside of West Yellowstone, and now we're taking the dirt road. See where it goes. Looking like I might have a bit of a bushwhack in my future. Started as a bushwhack. Fortunately, it did turn into a trail. And back to the cross-country, figure it out, good luck route. So we're on a trail right now called the Skyline Trail. And it stormed last night. And so fortunately, I think that the storm knocked the smoke out of the sky. So it's making for some really lovely views today. So you've probably heard me say that I have mixed feelings about Ultras. I'm going to show you why. So these shoes I got in Lander. I've had them, I think, for 17 days. And, you know, they're fairly comfy. Tread's doing okay. But this midsole just squishes into nothing. And this happened almost immediately. Like well over a week ago it already looked like this. And it's like the shoe just deforms. Like, it's thick on this side, and then clearly I do over pronate, but still, like, again, like 2 weeks in, less than that, and this is just smashed into nothing. And so when I walk, it's pretty drastic the way this shoe collapses this way. So that's my beef with Ultras. If you're gonna have a break, you might as well have a view. Alright, so hopefully you can hear me over the wind. This is the top of Monument Mountain, and if I'm not mistaken, which of course I could be, but I do believe this is the last time I'll be over 10,000 feet on this trail, and it's a good last time. Today has been absolutely gorgeous. Man, this is great. Hello, Montana. Good morning on day 118. I'm a little sleepy this morning, but it's honestly just because I slept pretty well and I just wanted to keep on sleeping. Beautiful morning. We had such a pretty camp spot last night, and yeah, I think we'll get close to, we might get close to Big Sky today. We're actually still kind of debating on which route we'll go in. Every day's a new adventure. This gate wins for most unique and interesting gate contraption. You push on this lever to make this come back so that it can get past this post. They spell things a little differently here in Montana. Well, after some deliberating, I think I'm gonna road walk the rest of the day into Big Sky. The scenery is pretty. The traffic is not. See, if there's no cars, the valley is actually totally gorgeous. But there's lots of cars. This is my first ever huckleberry flavored ice cream sandwich. Pretty good. Well, today was a lot of road walking, but also a lot of snacking and extra calories, which is nice. Back on trail now. Bear bag is hung back in the distance back there. So, time to set up my tent, crawl in. Good morning on day 119. Today we should get into the Spanish Peaks a little bit, which all the southbounders have told us are quite pretty. So, looking forward to that.
And if you work the double on Sunday, it was double. So.
Those times where we can see where we're headed. There's some little switchbacks right up in there. Up and over. So these berries, unfortunately I don't know what they are because they smell amazing. So my nose is telling me they're edible, but I can't be certain. Alright, made it to the top. That's looking back. That's the valley we climbed up to get up here. And this is the way forward. What's for breakfast, OT? What you snacking on?
I got a peach pie.
Mmm.
Very good.
Yep. Enjoying the fruits of our labors up here. If you look closely, there's a bald eagle. There he is. And I know I can eat these ones. We usually call them thimbleberries. Yum. coming down from another big climb. We're in the trees a little bit more on this one, but still pretty scenic. I kind of think those amazing smelling berries are just like not quite ripe huckleberries. At least I hope that's what they are, because I kind of nibbled on one. Well, it is dinner time, thank goodness. Maybe my favorite part of the day. Here's some exciting things that happened this afternoon. Saw a bear. It was a black bear. It was actually the first bear that I have seen on trail at all. It's probably a couple 100 feet ahead of me, raised up on its hind legs to get a better look, and then ran away. And if I'm going to see a bear, that's how I want it. That's how I want it to happen. Also, OT almost got run over by a moose. Had about a head-on collision with a bull moose that jumped out of some bushes right where he was at. So that was a near miss. And then both he and I wore ourselves out, chasing each other. I was behind him, but he thought I was ahead, so he's flying down the trail trying to catch me. When in fact I'm behind him waiting for him, wondering why he's taking so long. And then I finally figure out he must be ahead of me, so I go super flying down the trail because I know he's probably moving quick trying to catch me. Eventually caught him, but man, am I tired. Good morning on day 120. It's starting to get a little hazy out here again this morning. So today is a town day, actually. We've got an undetermined amount of miles, maybe 15, something like that, until we get to a road where we'll hitch into a little town called Ennis. So that's the plan for today, and we're already making good progress. Yum. So this is Ennis Lake. And you can actually see the town of Ennis to the south over here. We'll catch the road on the north side of the lake and then hitch down. Destination in sight.